Hello, Wise Pineapples. Welcome to the Juicy Tidbits podcast, where my mission is to energize you, your team, and your sweet results. I'm your host, Christine Trippy, the Chief Fun Officer here at the Wise Pineapple. Today, my guest star is Charles Ryan Minton. Ryan, who uses his middle name, is a hotelier, keynote speaker, and best-selling author of the book. Thanks for coming in today. It's awesome. I have it, and I've read it. He is also the general manager at the Westin Fort Lauderdale, and he was named as one of the top 15 global gurus in hospitality. Welcome, Ryan.
Hey. Wow, how do you not be excited after someone introduces you like you? Gosh, I'm like ready to take on the world.
Yay! Well,
I forgot I was a top 15 guru. Thanks for reminding me.
I know, me too, right? I was looking for some juicy information on you, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot we were top 10 gurus.
It's nice to talk to a fellow guru.
Yes. Well, good company. We are in good company. I love it. Oh my gosh. Well, I just want to thank you for coming in today. I love your book. And I just know that for anybody that's listening that hasn't got to meet you or heard your story and whatnot, they're going to love it. And it's going to really energize them today. So I'm excited that you're here.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
You bet. Well, first of all, I want to ask you, I know I've asked you this personally, but I want to share it with everybody else. Where did your hospitality journey begin and what position did you have?
So Cincinnati, Ohio, in northern suburb, Cincinnati Marriott North is where I started at the front desk.
Front desk. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I love to ask, what is something that you've learned that you wish you knew back then?
Oh, gosh, you put me on the spot.
Yeah.
I wish I would have known, this might be a weird answer, but I wish I would have known where I was going to end up in this industry, and I would have stayed in the industry. I took a break.
Oh, you did?
I got away from it, and I because I was burnt out and the hours, the shifts, and I was like, this isn't for me. And then I left for a couple of years, and I missed it. And I always think about, man, if I would have stuck with it and not left, where would I maybe have gone in my career? So
that's very interesting. Now, can I ask where you went to?
I went to newspaper sales.
Oh,
I
think you did the right thing.
Well, it was online, so it was a little more, and it was a good job, and it actually helped me fine tune my sales, skills. But
Cool.
that was a couple years that removed me from hospitality, and I'm like, man, I wish I would have just stuck with it.
That is very interesting. One of the things for me that is thinking about this question is I wish I had realized longer ago. I feel like I had to learn the hard way about getting people how to get people bought into the message and the vision and whatnot. So often I think a lot of women might be agreeing with this and feel like this. We always feel like we have to do it all to prove ourselves. So oftentimes I would just do. However, you don't get people to buy in when you do it all. It's about getting people to be a part of it. And I wish I had learned that sooner.
I love that. That's a good point. The other thing I think, as you've been talking already, I'm like, what are some other things? Another one is, I wish I would have focused more on a balance in my quality of life, because I think that's what led me to leaving. And I try really hard. I'm very intentional about that for myself, but also for our team, and ensuring that there's a life outside of these four walls.
Yes. And again, it's nice to hear that, honestly, from a man too, because I feel like we women, we do this a lot where we just feel like we have to do it all, and we have to. And I think you're probably younger than me, but relatively maybe around the same age. Growing up in hospitality in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, we were taught, if you are not working 6-7 days a week, 15-hour days, you're slacking. And that's hard to lose that. Would you agree?
I would agree, and I think, and I know we're going to chat about the struggles with hiring right now, and that's
Mm,
one of the things that's killing our industry right now. I think why
yes,
people aren't returning is that who wants to do that anymore? No one.
right. And
Yeah.
you know what? I want to share this tip since we're bringing this up. When I was, let me see, it was the late 80s, early 90s. I was the front office manager at the Crown Plaza Hotel in Lisle, Illinois. And it was one of the best hotels I've ever worked for. And I've been talking about this with a lot of hotel leaders right now of how do we gain balance back? One of the ways we did that then is we had a leader, more like a shift leader. So there was somebody that we rotated every month or 3 months, can't remember how we did it, that someone covered 7 to 3, 3 to 11, 11 to 7. So it wasn't so overwhelming for that one department leader because you always had that next shift covered. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
And I remember that was one of the best places that I had balance because of the way we teed it up. So that, just putting that out there, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like an MOD program, kind of, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we did it 24 hours a day. So that
Mm-hmm.
was great. Well, I love it. I know that you are in the operations and this is a passion project I have for all the leaders out there to re-energize everyone who's been beaten on for the last year and a half. So I really appreciate you being here because this is for you, and I love that you're contributing to it as well. So thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thanks, Christine.
Awesome. Well, as you know, each episode is a quick, juicy tidbit of inspiration to help leaders to be confident, be empowered, and to lead from the heart. Which one are you going to focus on today, Ryan?
We're going to lead from the heart. That's
Woo-hoo!
my
You're
choice
my
today.
favorite. Awesome. I love it. Thank you. And I'm really super excited you're going to share one of the stories from the book. Thanks for coming in today. What really inspired the whole book.
Yeah.
So the first time I heard you speak about this, I immediately fell in love with you and the whole concept. So I can't wait for you to share it with everyone.
Awesome.
Yes. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, Ryan, I'm going to let you take it away.
All right. So I think one of the things, if you're watching, it has to be a challenge right now. I know that I'm living every day is the difficulty finding talent, finding employees in the hospitality industry. And so when I wrote the book, thanks for coming in today, it was really all about how do you create an environment where you give great service, and you got to take care of your employees. You have to take care of your folks first. And um, now it seems to be, obvious, but you have to realize it's even more important, because if we can't find employees, it doesn't make a lot of sense to take care of the folks that we do have. And that's really what Thanks for Coming In today is all about. It goes back to that hotel I mentioned at the top of the segment, Cincinnati Marriott North, where I started. I had a coworker, and I ended up being his front desk manager. His name was Jason. And Jason was a front desk agent, and he would come to work every day with this just off the charts excitement to be at work, crazy amount of energy. I always joke when I tell this story that I was convinced that Jason was in the parking lot just pounding Red Bulls before he would come in, because that was the level of energy that he would have. Um, but when Jason would come in, he would always seek me out no matter where I was, be it at the front desk or in the back office. And he would just give me this really just gripping handshake. And he would say, "Ryan, thanks for coming in today." And it always made me laugh, because, obviously I'm his manager, really I should be thanking him for coming in, but he would thank me. And he would do this with everyone. He would do it with other departments, housekeepers. He would do it with the guests, and it was just his thing. And it was funny, and it was just something that we came to expect from Jason. And it was really cool, because as I progressed in my career, so did Jason, and I had a unique opportunity to hire him as my front office manager at another hotel. And it wasn't long after I hired him that I received a call that Jason had been killed in a car accident. And I remember very specifically getting that call. It was from his fiance, and I remember hanging up and remembering wow, I'm gonna miss him telling me thanks for coming in today. Um, and the reason I knew I was gonna miss that is because I remember how it made me feel. It made me feel valued, made me feel appreciated. And as I've gone through my career, I have just zeroed in on how important I believe it is to make our associates and our coworkers feel appreciated, to feel valued. And so I have now carried on the tradition with Jason. I like to go up to employees and say, "Hey, thanks for coming in today." Um, I just took over a new hotel. You mentioned I'm at the Westin, Christine. And I'm in this environment now where I'm going up to new employees and I'm saying, "Hey, thanks for coming in today." And sometimes I get, some funny reactions of, "Of course I'm here," or "Why wouldn't I be here? I'm scheduled." And it's in those moments that I like to talk about the story, but also to explain, "No, I really appreciate you coming in, especially now because, I was just talking to another GM here in South Florida. We are one employee every day from a disaster. If they don't show up, it wrecks everything. And so the value of someone coming to work is so important. And just showing that genuine appreciation, I think, is so key. So I hope that, what you take from this today is that if you're a leader, you have such a unique responsibility and opportunity to make those around you feel valued, feel appreciated, and that will go a long way in create an environment where people want to come to work. And I say all the time as GMs, we wear a lot of hats, especially now. But the most important responsibility I think we have is to create an environment where people come to work every day. And you have an ability to do that today.
Oh my God. I love it so much. I can hear you tell the story 100 times, and it always will probably impact me have the same level of impact for me. I love this story. I mean, it's a tragic story, but it's so impactful. And I know anybody who's listening now or later, it's going to really impact them as well. So thank you so much for sharing that and writing the book, because you're able to get that message out to so many others. And something that you just said right now, I want to also put into the ideas of everyone, because we could have people listening that are going in to be a housekeeper today, or going in to work the front desk today. One thing I always let everybody in my building know is that we only hire leaders. So when we say as a leader, let people know that you're thank them for coming in. We appreciate them. You are all leaders, no matter what your title says. And we also know that if we're short-staffed, we all suffer. True or true?
Very true.
So think about that as well. If you are going in and you're a front desk agent or in housekeeping or a houseman, and thank your associates, your fellow coworkers for coming in today. You know what? Ryan, you're a general manager and you need love too. It's really hard for everybody. And tell you just like Jason did, tell your boss, thanks for coming in today. Thanks for not giving up,
Yes.
I think we all need it right now. And I really thank you for coming in today.
My pleasure.
You're so awesome. I just love that you share that with the world. I think it's the best. I love it so much. Well, as your friend, I'm the director of fun, the chief fun officer here at the Wise Pineapple. And so I always love to make room for a little bit of fun. So are you ready for some fun questions?
Yes. Bring it on.
Yes is the answer, right? Okay. If you could do something dangerous just once with no risk, what would you do?
Ooh, great question. Being in South Florida, I've been here 2 years, have just fallen in love with the ocean. And I don't think I'll ever leave. I've discovered snorkeling, and I'm learning how to snorkel. I'm learning how to snorkel better, but I want to overcome my fear of like deep sea diving, like going way down with like the equipment and stuff. But that's a stretch for me right now. So
Okay.
Yeah.
I love it. And that is on my bucket list too. I was, I'll jump out of an airplane. I'm pointing to my picture of me skydiving, but the ocean really intimidates me. I was very afraid of the ocean. So I was very timid with it, like dip my toes and whatnot, but that's it. But Aruba changed everything for me. And I fell in love with snorkeling. I even did that thing where you put the boots on and the jet water pushes you up. Do you know what
wow. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
That's awesome. That was amazing. But scuba diving is huge on my list now. So I'm right there with you on that one.
Awesome.
I love that. Awesome. Okay, I've got one more because I just got to do this. Okay. Complete this sentence. Something you would be surprised to know about me is.
Ooh. I have a degree in journalism. My lifelong dream was to be a news anchor, and that's what I went to school for.
Is that right?
Yeah, and obviously now I'm a hotelier. But I interned at a news station in Cincinnati my senior year of college. I have my degree, and when I did that internship, I realized, oh my God, I just got a degree in something that I actually don't like. It's not what I thought it was. And what it was is, think about the news industry. It's all negative.
Right.
And the newsroom was so negative. And I'm like you, like I'm positive. I want to be happy. Glass is always half full. And I'm like, I can't work in this environment. So that's why I ended up not pursuing it.
That is so interesting. Well, have you thought about possibly doing some kind of a podcast to channel that inner news anchor, yet you can deliver the news you want?
Yeah, I want to be like you when I grow up. So maybe I'll have a podcast. And I do speaking. I feel like I get some of that out, when I do some of that, but certainly would love to do more.
That's interesting. Very cool. That's very cool to know. And I have to tell you, my son has a friend who went into journalism and has been in South Dakota. He was on a news station. I don't remember the station called the numbers, but and for since he graduated, so maybe about 5 years now about that. And he just now recently left the industry, and it was the exact same thing. He's such a happy, positive guy. And he couldn't do it anymore. The negativity.
Wow.
Yeah. So you're not alone. Yeah, you're not alone. Well, Ryan, tell everybody where they can connect with you, find your awesome book.
Well, thanks for giving me that opportunity. You can go to my website, charlesryanminton.com. My book is on Amazon. It's easy to find. You can search my name or search "Thanks for coming in today." It'll pop up. And I just really appreciate you having me on here.
Oh gosh, it was so much fun. I love any time that I get to spend with you. You're awesome, and you're doing great work out there. So keep that up. Now, as a director of fun, every one of my huddles I end with great energy. Yep. So we are going to do that. Are you in?
I'm in. Let's do it.
Okay, awesome. You're awesome. Yes. Finish strong. I love it. Okay. So anybody that's out there listening, I don't care if you're in the bathroom, in the car, in the lobby, or in your office, I want you to join in. Everyone put your hand in. Ryan is going to give us our phrase of the day, which is what?
Thanks for coming in today.
Okay. Awesome. So Ryan, you count us down on 3 and we're going to say it.
3, 2, 1. Thanks for coming in today.
You're awesome, Ryan. Thank you for being here. And the book is amazing. Thanks for coming in today. Get out there and get it because it will inspire you too. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you.